What you gonna do?
That's the sound of the police.
Bad boys, bad boys.
That's the sound of the police.
What you gonna do?
That's the sound of the police.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do?
It's like a 1-year option.
That's the sound of the police.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do?
That's the sound of the police.
Bad boys, bad boys.
What's up, everybody? What'd you think of our little test pilot, Bad Birdie there? He's Billy, my editor's son, and we decided that he was going to be our test pilot, and luckily it really looked like he enjoyed himself. Well, guys, this is my first completed lowrider anything really in like 5-6 years. A cop car lowrider. I named it Bad Apple. A little later I'll explain why I named it Bad Apple and such. But anyways, I got this pedal car like, man, I guess 13 years ago, because my son's 13, or maybe 10 years ago. Anyways, I was building one of the other toys. I think it was building the green tricycle, and my friend Gordon Rath McLeod, he's a tattoo artist. He's quite well-known tattoo artist. He did some of my beautiful work. He found out I was building these toys, and he had this pedal car body. So he dropped it off and was like, well, I don't think I'm gonna build it, you know, so here you go. I found over the time, as people know I build these, they always bring me stuff, but it's cool stuff. So anyways, you know, I was building the tricycle, I believe, and I gave it to my brother. I asked him to build me a chassis because all I had was the body. That's all I had. And I did some research on this body, and this body was a AMF generic, and it was out of, I believe they made them 70s to the late 80s. I believe it turned out to be the most produced pedal car at that time. I read that somewhere. But this one's a little different, and I'll explain that a little later. But let's see, you know, I gave it to my brother and asked him to build the chassis, and he started the chassis, and I got it back, you know, but times get tough, you don't have the money, and the kid grew out of it, right? Well, she grew out of it too dang fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a picture of him, one picture of him getting in and out of it, and kind of pushed it around when it was all steel and such. But anyways, my brother built a beautiful chassis, and I got a lot to talk about that a little bit later. But, you know, it came about getting done here because I made a deal with Nate Dogg, a guy I know who bought the Regal. You know, I made a deal with him to do the body work and paint, and started getting the work done, and Todd was moving, and Todd was like, well, I wouldn't mind painting it and throwing some patterns on it, and I can't pass up patterns. I want some patterns. So ended up working out where you know, Todd painted it. I mean, me and Todd painted it together, but for the most part, you know, this is all his handiwork. And you know what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and go into like a slide video, you know, picture thing of the process, because we got a lot of pictures of the process, and I think that's the best way to do it justice. So go ahead, Billy, and go ahead and roll right into the paint slideshow, man.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do?
Well, that slideshow and that paintwork sure makes it look quick, huh? But that was 32 man-hours just in the paint alone. That's not including cutting and buff, and that's not including the body work. That's just the paint. And me and Todd painted this, and you know, this is also, you know, a lifetime of paint experience from Todd. I mean, this is we put a silver base down and black patterns and candy apple red and taped off all this and left the windshield black, and we did gold on the front, you know, and then all the different colors, you know. It was a little slideshow. But anyways, all right. So I'll give you the rundown here at the body. So, you know, this body had a body line in it right here on the side. And I really kind of wanted to try to emulate the, like a cruiser skirt. Like a cruiser skirt from, you know, like a 59 Impala. And so I found these little gold emblem things. I threw them on there, and I don't know how I'm feeling about it yet, you know, but I actually have the other side is different, and I still haven't decided what I like, but I might end up taking them off. But anyways, I got the 1/8 inch old little, you know, like door trim type chrome, and I put it in there. I wanted to try to make it look a little bit more like a skirt, because this car has kind of some cool features, but they're very subtle. So I wanted to, you know, bring out the accents. And I mean, you can see all the paint work on the side. I mean, we have so many colors. It's silver first, and then black and red and gold and blue and another blue and a purple and a white and a green. I wanted it colorful. And then Goofy, you know, Goofy went around, just did some nice clean stripes for me. I wanted to give it the look of a Laker pipe, you know, a Laker exhaust pipe. And I thought about it pretty hard for a long time. I thought, man, what could I do, you know? And I was thinking about maybe bending some stainless steel or something. But, you know, I thought, man, I bet I could go to one of them, like Big Lot stores and find something cheap to work. Well, this is a pretty cheap $3 curtain rod, towel rod. I thought it looks okay. I mean, now that I tell you it's a towel rod, obviously that stands out as a towel rod. But for the most part, I'm digging the Laker pipe look. Go back around. Well, the back end, you know, Washington. We know them for apples there in Wenatchee in eastern Washington. It's in the Wheaties 1982 license plate. Man, it said apples on it, so I thought that was appropriate with the whole bad apple theme, you know. And I made my own little safety star. And I did that with the lapel pin. I cut the back off and got it attached there, and then I flattened it and put a little red jewel on there, and then got a little safety pin again of the Washington flag and the American flag, kind of like the bombs do. And I built this handle and built it real easy to just pop on and off, just like that, so you can put the car in the trunk. I got a little lowrider guy on there. That's another lapel pin, a button that I shaved off, and then, you know, just double back taped on. I handmade the bumper out of aluminum, but on the front I did it a little different on how I attached it. I used some different attachments. I'll show those when I do the front, but this is just one of those gold license plate plastic caps, you know, and I thought it looked nice on there. So the tail lights work, and I friggin' dig them, man. I mean, I like really how you can just turn them on with just a button, you know. And I know a lot of the stuff that I be doing, people be wondering, oh, where'd you get that, or what'd you do? Well, I don't care. I'll tell you my secrets. This is just a little light you can buy for bicycles, you know, bicycle helmet or bicycle for the back of a bicycle. Same with this light. And I don't know why the bicycle lights all come, but a lot of them come with like a blue and red flasher. So I found that, and I put it on this little post on my trunk here, and I thought, damn, that just works perfect for a siren. And the cool thing about these other bike lights is, and being with a cop theme, is you can push them again and they have a different flash, you know. And then with cop cars, when they pull over to state patrol and stuff, you know, they got different, they got all their lights flashing different ways. So you just push it a couple times and it turns on and off. So I was kind of digging those lights, you know. And then back in the day, them fake antennas were always popular on a lot of lowrider cars. So, you know, found some dual antennas. I like them because they also kind of remind me of like the antenna on a state patrol car or something. Anyways, that's the back end, and then obviously we did a little paint graphic here, and we taped off the emblem and painted it gold and kind of gave it a nice little highlight. That was definitely Todd's idea. I really like that highlight there. Pause. Well, turn the lights off because I wanted you guys to see the posers. It was super important to me to get the amber lights. I really wanted amber lights in the car. And while we got the lights off, I'll just show you, he's got a little siren right here. Under the little lights. So anyways, it took me forever to find some kind of amber lights. And what they are is just glow, they're just earrings. They're just party earrings. They have a little battery, but that's the best thing I could find to use for the marker lights. And the headlights again are bicycle lights, and I chose these. I really liked these ones, and it made them work. It was amazing that they actually fit the original front end, but I chose them because they had the beauty rings on them, and I really liked that about them. Now, I had told you guys earlier that there was something weird about the front end. So, I've seen many of these pedal cars, but never this front end. So I have no idea where it came from or why this front end was on there. So when I decided to customize it, I was kind of nervous because I really didn't want to hurt it. If anything I did to it, I really wanted it to work. So I was very careful. But, you know, with the paint job, man, we made the bezels gold around there and the emblem gold, and this gold is zenith gold with a little bit of gold flake in it. And then again, it had inset indentions to where maybe there was a plastic grill or something that was on there, but I took the, you know, double back chrome and fit it in there, and I think it looks great. You know, went with the Washington Apples Wheaties license plate, and I got some teeny little bolts, cones, gold cones to match the gold cones that I put on the bumper. And I was telling you guys about how I did the attachments different on the front. I thought that the gold cones looked really good, and then in the back just having the little gold dots. Now the bumpers, I handmade the bumpers, but basically I took a flat piece of aluminum, I put it in a vise and heated it up with a torch and bent them over just with a hammer, and then, you know, made sure they fit on the body, and then you know, and then I just wet sanded, went through all the sandpapers, and then went on the polisher and went through all the polishes to get it pretty shiny. I mean, it's not chrome, it's aluminum, but I like it. I like how it turned out. I'm really happy because I made it. And the Royal Image license plate topper that I made here is from our 10-year anniversary keychains, or maybe no, our 15-year anniversary keychains. I just took the little keychain part off and got it to fit on there like that. Now these lights do turn on the front end, but I have to take the body off to turn them on, and they're super bright. But as I go up the body, you know, Goofy laid down some nice little highlights with the pinstriping, and I had them go around the windshield. And when we painted it, you know, it's like black and silver. There's a lot of masking just in getting the detail done onto the body. Now the steering wheel, I actually made this steering wheel, and I'm super happy with it. I found I got a lid, a plastic lid off of just a butter container, and me and my father-in-law, we put the chain around that and set it up how I wanted, and I just went around and tacked all the links, and then the inside is just a carriage bolt, and this is just a handle on a drawer. I just cut the handles out the drawer, and then I ran across the street and had Nate Dogg weld the chain steering wheel to the carriage bolt and the handle there. But I was really happy with it. And then we went with the Washington State Patrol button there to continue with the police officer theme. I thought this button was funny. This is 1% battery life. And then, you know, it's a Lowrider cop car. So over here we got the Lowrider logo. And these are all, again, lapel pins that I just took the needle off the back and double back taped them on. So the seatbelt, I seen a guy on a Facebook group page who had a seatbelt like this, and I was reading in the comments and found out it was just a kid's belt. So I jumped on eBay, found a nice Chevy one, and went well and easy. And when me and Billy were talking about having his son test this out, I told him, well, I gotta put a seatbelt in. I have to put a seatbelt in because in the testing of another toy, kid fell out. So, helmet and seatbelt. Good old Schwinn Roadster seat. I find more things off the Schwinn Roadster tricycle to use than just about anything else. So, the Schwinn Roadster seat had a big circle here where the Schwinn logo was, and so I just thought, well, kind of to resemble an old color bar, I just put that light in there, and I thought it looked okay. Then I mounted the plaque. So the idea was kind of like you could see it through the car, just as like if it was in the back window. That was the idea of it anyways. I really liked my little light siren thing because just how it looks like one of those cop lights you would put on top of your car in the 80s, like on them old box Caprices and such. Well, that pretty much does it for the body. So this is a trunk, and I built the trunk myself. That's why it's not perfect, but the paint job's awesome. And Goofy threw some striping in there on the back there, and I thought this makes a good trunk and you can carry your homies. So, you know, this is just the thing I built to hold the seatbelt bracket. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the chassis. The chassis is what my brother Jeff built, and well, just time to unveil, I suppose. So the body just slips right off like that. That's how my brother built it. And got some speakers in the cockpit, and I put the carpet in there, and then I made door panels with cardboard and just covered them with serape blankets. Goofy threw on the club logo, or not the club logo, but the show logo, and then he put his little logo on there. Now, the idea behind the side, I told Goofy to go ahead and do the body pretty much however he wanted on the sides. And so he came up with the idea, while he was pinstriping this, he pinstriped the helmet for Bad Birdie, and the idea behind this is just like any kid, writing on the walls. Crayolas on the walls. So I dug it. I told Goofy I really wanted it colorful, you know, so he went crazy on that. And I got some other license plate caps that I've been holding on to for years for the right vehicle to put them on, and there they are. So I got spinners on there, and if you guys have watched any of my other videos, you've seen how I've done my tires, and this one I chose to go with the red walls. So if you see, man, this body, I don't know how long my brother actually spent on this body, but man, this shows my brother's craftsmanship, and he's a sheet metal worker. And I'm pretty darn blessed with all these friends and family members that I have. Anyways, I asked Goofy to hook it up on the front, so boom, bad apple. I think that's awesome, man. Goofy is so talented. I love his sign work. I love his cartoon work. You know, and back there he put the I spoiled the bunch, you know. Thought that was cool. Goes with the whole bad apple theme, and put a few red jewels there on the back just to kind of decorate it up. Now I know most everybody probably wants to know how it makes sparks. So the sparks are just little flint fire starters I bought from Harbor Freight. I just mounted them under there. It took a little bit to figure out how to mount them under there properly for them to work. And we didn't have a lot of time to shoot it because they really chew down quick, you know. But that's what it looks like there on the bottom. That one flipped all the way around. I didn't even get it, but you can see that these two are just flat from the time we were rode with Bad Birdie there. But I just have them like that and just press down. They're close enough to the ground. So that's my little trick with that. I've showed you guys quite a few tricks. I mean, these are just license plate caps right here. That's Bad Apple, guys. You know, I gotta give a thanks, you know, to Gordon for giving me the body, for my brother, you know, for building the chassis, for Grandpa Rick helping me out with all kinds of odds and ends and little parts and building the hitch right here, you know, and then Nate putting the doing the body work, and Todd painting it, and Goofy striping it, you know. And it takes a village, you know. And I got to give a special thanks to Doug's Classic Restorations for allowing us to use the facilities. You know, he allowed us to use the paint booth, and we spent 2 days in the paint booth painting the pedal car. So we got it was a blessing, and it takes a team. With that being said, you know, our grandparents were wise, and they always told us something, you know. And one thing that lowriders and police officers have in common, you know, is one bad apple spoils the bunch. You know, we've all heard it from our grandparents, and that's why I called it the bad apple, you know, because it's a cop car lowrider, and, you know, we as lowriders gotta keep everybody in line, you know, including myself. And hopefully the police officers can do the same, give us a break. We're all just out trying to enjoy our cars, you know. That's about it, guys. You know, I hope you enjoyed the bad apple. Yeah, and I don't know what shows next, but that's bad apple. You guys, peace. Let's get weird.